So first thing that we're going to do is start off with who I am. My name is Zachary Rico. I'm a technical specialist here at ATG USA. I work on the MEP side under Don Rasmussen. I've been here for over a year now, and I am super excited about that and absolutely love it here. And we're going to dive into the View Creator. Now, the title of this is View Creator at the start, but I kind of wanted to add in more to it. I want to add to, let's not just start this at the beginning of a project. What if we're in the middle or towards the end of it? How do we get this stuff set up? How do we get everything better and rocking and rolling? So to go ahead and get this thing going, we're going to look at our goals right now. So the first goal that we want to look at is we want to learn ways to create new construction and existing views in documents. We want to make sure that we have all of our stuff set up for our project as we go on and as we get further and further in. The next thing that we want to look at is look at different ways to see duplicate views, to see, okay, we have, we have these views already set up. Are we going to have duplicate ones with detailing, not detailing? Are we going to have a couple of different more and see how many we have and how many we have created out of that? And then we're going to look at setting up levels prior to our model and drafting. Make sure we have those set up so we know when we get that project, we have all of this information of, okay, we know these levels are going to be set. We can get those in, we can get that set up so we can save time on our projects. We can get it done, get it out the way, and get the next one in so we can keep rocking and rolling and getting everything set up and ready to roll. But our biggest goal right now is to make sure our drawings are set up and populated with the views that we need. The scope boxes are set up with the views that we have to have, the levels, and more information on the beginning and end and during our project that we have, and so we can make sure everything's rocking and rolling and that we have everything set up. Now, before we jump into the demo here real quick, I want to tell you how we're going to kind of kick this off. I'm going to start off by starting with a new project and then just kind of show how the tool works with that and how we can influence it and make it better for ourselves. And then I'll go into another project here and I'll show that off to say, all right, now we're further into this. How do we add more? How do we need to, accommodate for the changes and things like that? So let's go ahead and get this thing kicked off and let's get rocking and rolling. So the first project I have here is already the North Stars Global. This is going to be our little haha funny joke. And I also put the North Stars in here because I'm a huge hockey fan and the Minnesota North Stars used to be here, but now they're the Wild. So let's go ahead and let's get this thing going. So as you can see here, I already have a drawing from what the architect gave me. And as you can see, it's already in here linked in, so I can go ahead and start, putting in my mechanical equipment, my electrical, my plumbing, different things like that, so I can see things and get things going. So I'm going to go ahead and start out on my first floor plan, which is automatically my mechanical one. Now, we don't have to always start out with this or start in a specific plan. We can start out at even being on the title page itself. So just keep that in mind and know that we can start at any point and at anywhere in this project setup. So automatically it's under the project suite, and right here at the bottom, it's the last one. You can't miss it. It's VC with this little logo, and it's View Creator. So go ahead, when I select this, it automatically starts out within the levels. Now, the levels, I already know that we already have a couple set up, and we can already see that through what we had in the 3D view here. What we're going to do is we're going to add more to them because I only have 2 right here, and this elevation for level 2 isn't correct. So we want to create and update that. So I'm going to go ahead and update it to what it needs to be. So this one is currently at 16 feet. I'm going to add another level in here and call this level 3. And I'm going to put it at a specific height. So for this one, it's going to be at 29 feet and 4 inches. Now I could add more and more levels in here and have it set up so I can have that 5th and 6th level that we needed to, but I'm going to just only add the roof here to kind of finish it off and tie it all up. So I'm going to put the roof in, and I'm going to put it at what it's designated at, which is 56 feet and 0 inches. And we're already set and to go. So all I have to do is create and update those levels. Automatically, it's created the two that I had, which was level 3 and the roof. And then it automatically updated the level that I had at level 2 from 10 feet to 16 feet. This is key to making sure we have this set before we go fully into our drawings and have to redo a lot of it or change what was already messed up. Now, as I go into the plan / ceiling views, this or floor plans, this is where it's going to be key on how we make sure we set this all up. Now, automatically, we have our discipline filter here. This is where we can sort through and specify if we want to have it architectural, structure, mechanical, electrical, different things like that. So since I'm working on my mechanical first, I can get that set up. So I can go ahead and select that filter. And then even if I wanted to change the view types, I could for 3D views. I can do it for ceiling plans, elevations, different things like that, as you can see here. So I'm just going to stick with the floor plan for right now. And I want to add level 3 in the roof. And I want to make sure it's with the mechanical and it's on new construction. So I know, okay, this is what's coming in. But I also have to look down here. This is how the naming format is going to be. I can have a prefix here and a suffix here. So I want to leave this part to put at new because I want to make sure, okay, this is, how we're going to start it out. This is brand new. This is where we're going to rock and roll with and keep it going. Now I could change these 3 up on how I want to order them. Do I want to start it out with the level or the face first? Do I want to stick the view template here? Or do I want to change it completely and change all 3 of them? I can do that. So I'll go ahead and do create the views to kind of show what's going off here. Now, technically it did not show up. And the reason being for that is because I really don't have a mechanical template in here. I really don't have that all set up. I don't have that specified in. So I'll go ahead and click add. What add does is now brings those in so they will populate in here when it's all ready and set to go. And then I can come in and create views and then it will create it right here. I purposely did this to show that we have to click add. We have to make sure that we bring those into this format here before we can create them. A lot of people will just go create views and that's what causes the issues. So I'm going to throw in some elevations here and can I show you what all is different. So I have the mechanical elevations and I have sections too. So I want to keep those in, but what if I have a couple existing ones that have some old equipment in there? I can go ahead and select those, put those in. I want to get rid of the prefix here, just get rid of it and click add. So all those appear right in here. And as you can see, it's listed existing and new construction all below. So I can go ahead and put that in and get rocking and rolling. And it automatically creates those and fill those in. Now as I go to my elevation views, these are very based off of what you already have. So currently I already have an east, west, and south for my mechanical, and my plumbing I have east to west and north and south. So I can verify here if I want to put an existing or new construction in. Now with this, we can click on this current checkboxes and rock and roll with what is going on and specify, all right, these are the ones I want to keep and add to and make sure I have extra ones because I'm going to have extra information to put in, extra dimensions, things like that. So I can easily have those check marked, create them, and it's going to put that in my project for me. Now, as I go into these dependent views, I already have it set up by quadrants here. Now, these are based off our scope boxes. So if I slide this across here, you can see I have a scope box for each little quadrant I set up. This is already what I have. I have 4 that I have listed from A, B, C, and D. Now, I purposely did this out of order to where the first quadrant you make, or I mean, not quadrant, the first scope box you make is going to be listed first, and then so on and so forth. So please do verify and double check which all you have. So if I go ahead and check these, I have them, but there's also an easier way to do that. I can easily come in, hold the shift key, select all these, and hit check all or check selected, and then I can clear all or clear the selected and still run with it. So I have these created, I have these ready to go. I just have to hit this button, boom. It's going to take it a second to load depending on how many we have. The shorter amount we have, the quicker it's going to be. The more we have, it's going to take a little bit longer. So it already created my 40 views that I needed, which is awesome, great, kicks butt. Now we can keep on going. Now I have my schedules. This is going to be key once you add more schedules or create schedules in here, because we can create it per phase and by per level if we wanted to get in more detail, or if our consultants ask for it. So we can easily checkbox all these and get it going. So we have, all right, here's all the ones that we have. We have multiple levels, we have multiple phases. Let's get it going. Then we come into our sheets and our title blocks. This is going to be very special in the way that we have all of our drawings set up. We can add sheets just by per one, or we can add a batch sheet. So if I just add one right now, I can label this as third floor. I can put a name to it. So I'll put M3. And then it's already specifying that it's in this 30 by 42 horizontal. It's already following the path that it's laid out with. I could come in and select the title block as well if I so choose to, and I will get rid of my 3042 view. This can only start out with one at a time. Same with the others as well. So please do be careful and watch out for that. Alrighty. So now that we have that all set up, let's get ready to continue on into our work sets here. This is where we can verify, alrighty, which work sets do we want to work with and create 3D views of. So if I just want to use these two and kind of reference what we already have, I can. I can even put a prefix in here and put this as a test to see, do I really want these or not? So I can create those 3D views. As it's creating those views, it still automatically publishes into our project browser, so we have that all filled up and ready to go. Now we go into our duplicate views. This is going to be important for when we want to have all that information. Now, I kind of want to take a second to go over this a little bit in the way that we can verify how we want to filter this down by. If we want to do area plans, floor plans, ceiling plans, elevation, sections, 3D views, walkthroughs, we can go through and select as many as we want and run through, or filter it down on how we want to. Now, as we look down further, we can see the duplicate view settings. This is going to come in key and handy for when we create these duplicate views, depending on if we want it just to duplicate it or add the detailing or just leave it as a dependent. So if I go ahead and select these few, I can already have it set up as duplicate, and it's already filling in the number of times I've duplicated it. So I can create those duplicate views. But now I want to have ones with detailing as well. So I want to include a couple more and get those. Notice that it's still at 1. The reason being for that is counting the number of duplicate views you're creating within whatever view settings you have. So that's where those views and those numbers come into play. That's what really brings out that information so we know what all is going on here. So I can create those as well. They're already created, ready to go, ready to be set up, and we can still get our project going pretty quickly. Then we have our view template here. This is currently what we already have, but we can bring in to what we need it to be later on. So if I wanted to get rid of these ceiling plans here and drag it over into the mechanical ceiling plans, I can, and it's going to be there and ready to go. Now I can even specify if I want it to be an electrical or plumbing or architecture. I can verify that and I can go with that and keep it all set up and ready to go. I can apply the changes and it's ready. It's all set. It's successfully updated and we're good. And then all I have to do is exit out. And as I slide this over, we can see all of this information ready to use. I can come in and look at quadrant B and put in my information or do my drafting work. Come in and keep going and go about it as I need to and still keep rocking. Long. Now this is how we really key on when we want to get those quick drawings out, because we all know this saves us time just by me going in this short demo. When we already know and me not talking can go through it and go quicker and quicker and quicker, so we don't have to waste that time and keep our people busy. So I'll go ahead and minimize this, bring in my next drawing that I already have that's already populated, already filled up and ready to go. So as I go ahead and open this little bit more, you can see I already have all of this information filled out, but I need more. I need more to be set up because my boss is telling me that we have more drawings that we need to put in, more views, more sheets, more information, and kind of edit this stuff. So this footing here, it's too close to each other. I need to spread it out more. So I need to come in, adjust that, and then update it and get going. Now I can also look into my floor plans and my ceiling plans, and if I need to add more, I can. So if I gotta get this, I gotta have this electrical in here, and I gotta have it for level 1, level 2, the roof, all these footings, because I don't have it in there. Go ahead and click new, add it, it's ready to go, create those views. Now I'm ready and going. Now I have to have these elevations, but I already know I have quite a few with my mechanical. I'm missing a south and a west from the previous and a north from the new. I can easily bring that in, get that going, get it set up, and I can still continue on to work. As I already have my dependent views, I already have an area A and area B, but I need one for the electrical for quite a few. And I also know I need one for the ceiling plan for area A. Boom, here we go. It's added, it's ready to go. And as you can see right quick here, it's already populated in here. It's already given me that information. Now, if I come into schedules here, I need a couple for the piping setup that's by level for the systems, the outdoor air schedule, and I need it for some air terminals and some duct work as well. And I also need it for an outside air terminal that I brought in from somebody else. So I can go ahead and click those, let those load in, let it rock, let it roll. Those sheets are those schedules are created, so I can just throw them on a sheet and get going. Now I need a sheet, but the only problem is I only have one schedule sheet. I need to add a couple more. So I'm going to do a batch add, and I'm going to put it as schedules 2. And I can verify if I have multiple other sheets, I can, put those in here. And then I can put schedules 3. And then let's go ahead and put in an electrical, let's put the caps lock on here. and let's put it at a level 2 because we need those as well. So as I go ahead and bring those in, it's already in here ready to go. And as you can see, I can still select this. Now, some of you may wonder why this little pencil is on here. This is because I already have images or schedules or different views on those sheets already. I just haven't put them on these ones yet. So I'll go ahead and call this S502, S503, and then we'll call this E202. So already go ahead and click process. It's going to run through those, get those even adjusted, and I'm good to go. It's already set up, ready to run. Now, as I come into my Worksets, I only still have these Worksets, but I don't have a 3D view of this Workset. So I need to add it and bring it in so I can show that off to the client so they at least know what they have. Now, as I come to my duplicate views, I already have quite a few in here. Now, I don't need to really add a few more, but I need to add another one for mechanical and one for electrical in here so I can edit those further on. So if I go ahead and select these two, I can create 2 ones that are duplicates. And if need be, I can put it as a dependent, but I don't need to because I already know what I'm going to have when I'm going to have planned out. So I can go ahead and create those, edit those in. I can't have any characteristics of this information in, so I can go ahead and cancel that, cancel that. Okay, we have that in, we have that information. Now, as I go into these view templates real fast here, I can drag a few in to where, hey, I need these ceiling plans brought over into the mechanical. I need these elevations and well, let's go ahead and filter these even more into the mechanical elevation. Drag and drop into the mechanical elevations. And then these ones into plumbing. And then I click apply changes. They're in there. They're ready, set, ready to go. All good. Even if I received an error, I can see what message of why it happened and how it happened. More information. I could save that out and reference it later and show it to my boss to see if I need to change anything. Click OK. And boom, I'm ready to continue on to my drawing so I can get all these information set up and ready to go. Now, as you can see here, as I click on my schedules real quick here, it's already set up. So all I have to do real quick is come in, grab a few, drag it in, and drop it. Alrighty. So it's ready to go, ready to use, and ready to keep on going and get everything set up to the way we need to be and to properly get everything going. Now, at the end, if we needed to create more views on our drawings for extra schedule sheets, we know to come, just to get extra sheets, we know to come back and get those in and get these automatically created instead of having to waste that time of doing it hand one by one by one. Alrighty. So now I'm going to go ahead, go back into here. And we're just going to review real quick here before we get into our questions. Now, let's go ahead and review and see what we have that we've learned so far about what we know, that how we can operate this tool even better. And so we know no matter what, at any stage of the drawings, we can create views, ceiling plans, duplicate views that can be created more than once and have that information so our drawings are set up faster. Then our tool has, the view creator tool has the capability to show us all those duplicate views and how many times we've, the number of times we've created it and how, and show us, you know, that we're not going crazy, that we can see, all right, we only need, you know, 2 instead of like 600, which is kind of, you know, an exaggeration, but we want to keep those clean and make sure we have what we need. And then we can also preset and change our levels and grids if need be to what we have, whether we start out at the beginning or if something changes to where either the architect changes something or the MEP guys need to have more space to fit their duct and their plumbing in, so we know that information. Alrighty. Now we come into our questions here. Already we have one question in, and that is, can we create views without view templates in phase or level? Technically you can. Even if you go through out of the box, you can still create views in there. We just have to define them later on. So to answer your question, yes, we can. Is there any other questions so far right now? Alrighty, folks, there is currently no questions that I'm seeing in the chat here so far. So I want to thank you all again for coming out and spending your time with me and having this discussion and kind of knowing better what we are doing and how much time we are saving with this. Again, my name is Zachary Rigo with ATG USA. I have listed my contact information. If you guys have any questions or kind of just want to bounce things off me or remember something, you can always go ahead and give me a call at my office number or email me. Either one still works. And you can go ahead and get me that and go ahead and talk to me. Now, if you guys are going to MU or wanting to go to MU, here's my beautiful face for you to see me, talk to me, get more information, and kind of just talk about, different things that we can improve into our workforce, that we can always get better for ourselves and others in the future. So once again, I do thank you all so much for coming out. It was a pleasure being with you guys, and make a great day or not. The choice is always yours.